You talk about the improvement to the list, but obviously Brendan Goddard is the big departure. How can you explain that to Saints fans when you're talking about improving the list?
I think our explanations have been pretty well documented. When Brendan left, Brendan's an Essendon player. I'm pretty keen to deal with the St Kilda players that are here.
Are you disappointed, or are you saying it's right now you've moved on completely? Was that a failure not to be able to keep him?
There's absolutely no disappointment from my side of the fence. I've just come off a session with 14 young players that want to play at this football club, and my energies are pretty much focused on them.
Brendan made a comment yesterday that he moved to Essendon because of his perception about talent at his new club. How much are you guys looking forward to playing them next year? Maybe making a point.
Yeah, looking forward to playing Essendon, North Melbourne, Carlton, most of the sides in the competition. And I have no interest in other people's perceptions either. We deal with what we deal with here internally. We're excited about what's ahead. We're loving our pre-season.
Perhaps a story that you might be keen to talk about. Lenny, we got to see him in the gym just before. He never ceases to amaze, does he?
Oh, you run out of superlatives to describe the way he goes about his work. In fact, I might have to start bagging him this year because he's an outstanding guy. You know, the way he's sort of presented himself after the operation that he's been through. He's in terrific condition on a modified program, but really looking forward to going to Colorado. He's already taking part in training now. It's just, he's a terrific story for a million reasons.
What was your initial reaction when you found out that he needed to have this major surgery?
I think when there's surgery involved in probably any player, there's a concern straight away, which is pretty natural. But once I guess the ramifications and the reasons why were explained, it was certainly the right pathway for Lenny to go down. We're just wrapped that he's 100% healthy, still on the mend, but looking forward to another full season and a full pre-season out of him. So it's a pretty good result for all concerned.
Is there any concern about just him getting a whack through the chest at all? Just structurally, like his ribs and that sort of thing. He gets up pretty well.
No, he will be 100% come round one ready to play.
When does his pre-season really start then? When does he start getting into everything with the rest of the game?
He started on Monday. At 32, the reality is Lenny would be on a modified program right now, regardless of whether he'd had an operation. So he's on a modified program. Again, I would think sort of early January he's in full combat mode, which really is still a long time to prepare for round one. So he's in good nick. He's in really terrific spirits, and we're really pleased with the result.
Scott, just before we speak to the guys, can I get your thoughts on Jason Graham? I don't know if you've spoken extensively about that, but obviously disappointing from a coach's point of view to have to lose a player of his quality.
Yeah, regardless of the quality, I think coaches care for your players. So you don't like to see a player, fall out of the system. And we continue to communicate with Grammy, and we'll continue to support him. But at the same time, we've got a club culture and a set of values and standards that we need to really strongly defend. So really at the end of the day, players make a choice on whether they want to stay and be involved with what we want to try and deliver. And unfortunately, some of Grammy's choices probably preclude him from that opportunity.
I know you say you continue to help him, but it got to the point where he didn't really leave you with a choice. Well, that was the perception that we got, was that was just the straw that broke the camel's back in a sense, in terms of him just being able to stay here. Yeah,
again, I'm probably not going to talk about it individually, but every player has an expectation on what they need to deliver. That's part of being involved in any successful culture, team, organisation. So some players at different times put themselves outside that, and when they do that, they can't be part of the team and where we're going.
Cool. Should we go through the players?
Yeah.
All good.
Thanks, Scott.
Cheers.